Hi there, guys. It's very nice to see you again. I'm so excited to be here again with you. And today I wanted to show you the very best alternative to Postman. So if you ever done any API, you also needed to test it. API, you already know what an API is, so I don't need to explain that. But to test an API, you usually need an HTTP client. And Postman is, as far as I know, one of the most important HTTP clients. Everybody that I know uses it, but I found a better alternative than Postman, and I'll show you why. So the software is called Insomnia, and let me just first show you how to get it before we get any deeper. So just go to Google and type in Insomnia software, and the first link will do. And this is Insomnia. As you can see, you can click here and get started for free. This is the software we'll be reviewing today. It's very similar to Postman to some extent, but you'll see why I like it really much. And yeah, now that I said it, I'm not sure where to download. Yeah, download Insomnia for macOS. So just go down to the footer, or just go to insomnia. Or let me just take a screenshot. So here's the link. YouTube still doesn't allow me to put links into descriptions, so just go to insomnia.rest/downloads and you should get what you need. So I'm on a Mac, as you know, and just click it and you just drag it and drop it to your applications folder. Okay, so now that we have Insomnia, we can start with it. So the moment that you open Insomnia, you might start to feel a bit scared. What is all this? What are all these buttons? What are projects? Where can I just start entering my post and get requests? Well, slow down a bit. Let me explain it to you. So Insomnia's kind of main collection of requests is called the projects. This is your root folder, and within a project you can have as many projects as you want, obviously, and then within projects you can have one or many collections. I've never used documents. If you're interested in that, do let me know and I'll review them for you as well, but I mainly use collections. So collection is just a bunch of HTTP requests. These are get and post and patch and the usual stuff that you use. So let me just go ahead first and create a new project. So to be honest, I usually only use one single project for all of my requests, but yeah, let me create a new project just to show you how it works. So there's this little white plus button which I can click on and enter in YouTube test 2, because I already have YouTube test 1. And let me click on create, and now I can click on new collection, and I also need to name the collection, and I can just keep my collection. I don't care, it's all right. All right, so now we are here, and you can already see it says new HTTP request. Finally. All right, we get to the point where we know what's happening. So to create a new request, you can also press Command and N, but you can still use your plus button here and click on HTTP request. Now, by default, this is set to get, but of course you get all these methods. You can even specify your custom methods, and here is the URL button, and you can just click on send, and that's that. Now, let me go to why I enjoy Insomnia so much. So, as usual, we'll go to our trusted dummyjson.com. This is, let me just take a screenshot of that one as well. So this is the link, dummyjson.com. It's a super nice website. Somebody set it up, and it's essentially an API, and it allows you to make API calls. They say in their intro that you can build your front end upon their API, and once you're ready to build an API or purchase a WordPress or with WooCommerce or something, then you can just swap the APIs and it should just work out of the box. I've never done that, but I use dummyjson for my API testing if I need to test or showcase how things work. So yeah, this is one of the things that we'll need, but essentially yeah, let me go. So what I want to show you is let's just start with products. So I can just go to this link and start with the list of products. let's get this list of products. So I can just go back to Insomnia, paste this link into the URL bar and click on send. And it loads and it returns me this list of products, and I can use this usual rectangles which allow me to make the output shorter. Now the first thing which I really enjoy with Insomnia is this little bar. It essentially allows you to filter the output. So for example, if you're just interested in IDs, if you want to get a list of IDs, if you're not interested in any other things, or let's maybe do title, this might be more useful. So we can do $.products and click on enter. As you can see, this disappeared, and then I can do I never do it the right time and the first way, so let me just try it. I believe it's this syntax, maybe it's not. Yeah, it's luckily it is. So I can type in I can do this array, and I can do this star and type in the name of the property I want to return, and I get this simple list of all the products which are on this page, on this return page. And this is already really useful. I can go ahead and I don't know, do the price. And there are some, so this is called JSON Path. If you ever worked with XML, then you know XML path. XPath, sorry, of course. It's a syntax which allows you to get the items within your complicated XML very quickly and very efficiently, and it works within JavaScript. It works with it's a standard way of getting things out of XML, and something similar exists for JSON. And you can click here on this little question mark and read more about it. So to just get a title, you obviously always start with this $. This is your root, and then you go from there, just like a regular JavaScript syntax with inserting. Now, you can also do conditionals, but I never get them right. It's really hard to get them right, and it's really hard to nail them. So I might do a video just about that. Conditionals are a bit harder, but so if you want to return a list of products whose price is bigger than 10, let's say, or whose IDs are bigger than 11, let's say, then you can use these conditionals right here without any scripts, without any fuss. Just enter the JSON path and it should work. Why don't I just show you? Okay, yeah, you can call my bluff. I checked it yeah, I paused the video and checked how it works, but let's break it down. So the first step, as you saw, if I just keep products, then I'll get products starting from 1. Now, if I want to get a property from each of these products, I can do this array accessor and type in star, and then I can do title. Enter, and I get all the titles. Now if I just keep this star, I get all the products. Now I can use this question mark syntax, question mark and this set of parentheses, and this is essentially filtering syntax. And within the filter, I can use this @ sign. @ is a way of accessing each. So this filter runs through the list of objects, and you can access the current object using this @ symbol. So now I can do @.id, and I just want to get products with ID bigger than, let's say, 5. Enter. All right, I get IDs bigger than 5. So this is 6 onwards, and I can also do it for price. Price bigger than 5. All right, that doesn't make sense. 1,000. All right, so there's product number 3, and the next one is product number 6. All right. But what you can also do is use string functions in JavaScript. For example, if I want to get all iPhones, I can do @.title.starts-with, and I can type in iPhone. Enter, and I get iPhone 9, and the next one is iPhone X. I believe these are the only 2 products on the list starting with iPhone. So as you can see, this is quite a powerful feature already. Now the next thing I want to show you about Insomnia, which I really like, are parameters. So parameters, variables are really useful and really simple to set up. And let me just show you what I mean, and then we can discuss it. So this usually has to do with authentication. So when you are doing authentication with REST APIs, you usually need to retrieve a bearer token, and then you need to pass this bearer token with each request that you send to your API. So let's try to get an endpoint where we can showcase that. So with this fake REST API, there's a nifty feature. I can just prepend every request with /auth. For example, I can do products, and I can also do /auth products. But with this, let me just show you. So if I go here and add /auth and now I can do send, I get authentication problem. All right, that's perfect. That's exactly what we need. So in order, let me rename this request. I can do that by, I believe I can click on enter. No, that's the only program where that doesn't work. I can click on rename and do get products auth. All right, rename. And now I will create another request, HTTP request, where I will get my token. So let me, go away. Let me find how to get a token. So I can call /auth/login. And let me just do that. Let me see if this is a post or a get. So this is a post request, and it takes username and password. So I can set this to post, and I can go to body and change that to JSON. And within that JSON, I can specify, where is it? Okay, it's here. So I can do it like this, username and password. All right, so I have my username and password, and let me get a list of possible usernames and passwords. And I believe I can do, let me just rename that to get token. All right, and now let me duplicate this one, get users without auth, and let me remove that auth, and let me type in users here. I believe that's how you get, yes, the list of users. So now I can get, now I can use my JSON path to get the list of usernames and passwords. Yeah, that's too hard. Let's just find usernames and passwords here. So what I can do now is, instead of copying these usernames and passwords, I can take them through parameters. And let me show you what I mean. So as you know from Postman, you have environments, and environments are basically just collections of variables which you can use within requests. So you can go to base environment and click on this cog icon and enter and create a new variable. This is just a JSON object, and I can put down username here, username, and I can also put down password. All right, and now what I can do is I can press on option and spacebar, or option, or it's actually control and spacebar. And now I can go down here and select response body attribute. This is really cool. So I can click on here, and I can click on this thing. And now what I can do is body attribute, that's just by default. Request, I can select a request I want to take data from, and let's say get users, and let me just select the first user. So I will do root.users, and then I'll get the first one, of course, and get username. And voila, this is how to get a username from a list of users. Really easy, and I can use this value within my everywhere where I want to use parameters. Now, trigger behavior is also interesting, but let me wait with that just for a minute. And now I can do the same here for password. Control and response body attribute. and do the exact same thing here. Request get users, filter, paste that in, and password. Okay, that's the password, and I can click on done. All right, so I have my username and password here. I can click on close, and now I can go to token, go back to my JSON, and click Control and spacebar again, and use username here. And I can also use password here. Let's see what's the issue here. No request specified. That's interesting. Let me try to go back. Okay, apparently did not save what I entered. So get users and password. Okay, this is the password, done. Okay, close. Okay, apparently Insomnia has some bugs. Usually it works, but this time it didn't. So I had to redo this same thing 3 times, and now it just works. If I go to close, I get my password here and username in this one. So now I can finally go ahead and fetch my token. If I click on send, this is my token. It's called token. Perfect. Okay, now to authenticate to this get products endpoint, I can go to auth and I can select bearer token. And for token, I will use variables, of course, and I can press Control and spacebar and select response here. So response body attribute, that's fine. Request get token. This is the request I want to fetch the token from. Root.token. I believe that's what it takes. Yes, so I get the token here in the preview. Now, this trigger behavior is also interesting. By default, it's set to never, but you can change it to when expired or to always. So, as you know, bearer tokens expire after a given a given interval. You know that you can check that in your API documentation. But what Insomnia allows you to do is it counts the number of seconds since the last token was acquired, and if the token is expired, then it just resends the request again. And I can click on when expired, and it allows me to specify how many seconds is the token valid for. I can set this to lower, I can set this to higher, it depends on how fast your token method is. But anyway, you can also set this to always, and it'll just refresh the token with all requests. This is good for testing, but and yeah, what else would you use Insomnia for? So whatever you choose, it's good. And now you can click on done, and we can click on send finally. Now that's interesting. It worked. It worked, but I did not specify the prefix. Let me see if. Okay, that's not it. It's possible that. No, I'm not sure why, but usually you need to specify the prefix here, and the prefix is bearer. Bearer. All right, fine. So I get the list of products just as I would expect, and it's from the auth endpoint. So here you go. That's Insomnia. I showed you why I really like it. It's usually mainly because of these parameters and this JSON path. It makes your life very much a lot easier. So yeah, if you're still using Postman, then you can consider using Insomnia. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, but I just tend to I've grown used to it, and I really like it. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much. If you stayed this long, you truly are a hero. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, and see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.